So every day is a challenge in this business. So being in the business for 14 years, I've never come across a client on either side of the deal that has passed away before closing. Recently, I listed a home in Parkland, Isles, and I had the home under contract with a cash buyer, made sure to get 10% in escrow, and unfortunately, less than a week before the closing date, the buyer passed away. She died. Which caused a crazy frenzy with my seller, the attorney, the buyer's family, the buyer's agent who represented the buyer. All of this was like a whirlwind going on. So it's important that we were calm. We had a really good attorney that represented the seller, and found out, if you look at the FAR bar contract, this was a cash deal, remember. So we provided proof of funds that the person who was purchasing the property had over the amount needed to close. So with that 10%, that was tens of thousands of dollars we had in escrow. So the seller understood the situation, wanted to sell it to somebody else, but she incurred, certainly fees, and she had made arrangements to move and actually put a deposit down on another house. So it can get very complicated in real estate, and when people are passing away before closing, it can get really sticky. So in the end, if you look at the contract that you're signing, the FAR bar as is usually the common contract in the state of Florida that we're having our clients sign. It clearly states on Section O, which is line 507, this contract shall be binding on and inure to the benefit of the parties and the respective heirs or successors in interest. So that's on page 10 of 12 of the FAR bar as is contract that we use. So all in all, we were able to come together. The son of the deceased was able to work it out with the seller to give a deposit, take some of the deposit and give it to her to kind of, understand the situation. So all in all, it worked out well. But for, a couple weeks, everything was in limbo, and you can't contact a party that's, their parents have recently passed. And, it was very, very interesting to work with this type of situation. I've never had it. The attorney who's done tens of thousands of dollars of deals has not had this happen. So it was interesting, but I had to calm down the client. And I really had to go over there and be very, very careful how I spoke to her, because she was asking for so much advice, and honestly, I couldn't really give her the best advice because it's never happened to me. I mean, I've done hundreds and hundreds of transactions in my career. This never has come up. So remember that when you're looking to sell your house, it's not always just putting it up and selling it and being done. Things like this can happen. Emergencies, deaths can happen in our business. And then who are you going to call when this happens? An agent that has no experience? The agent's going to put their hands up in the air? We got this rectified in less than a week after a person passed. Back on the market, my seller got compensated, and we're going to sell it again. Hopefully for the same price or even more.